I just wanted to talk a little bit about my experiences on the ground as a social
Oh, yeah,
worker.
please do. Go ahead.
Yeah, so the situation in Santa Fe is, it's not that unique compared to the rest of the country. I've been a social worker in other parts of the country too. But, I mean, the housing crisis in Santa Fe is remarkably bad. I mean, for a city of our size, the cost of housing has skyrocketed. It's really hard to get a client housed nowadays. With the rate that things are going. I mean, in Santa Fe, like a studio, like a low-income housing complex will go for like $1,000. A one-bedroom for $1,400.
Wow.
And when you're trying to work with somebody to get them housed, and there's already, there's already such like a shortage of housing, but when you finally find something, the money barriers, a lot of my clients, they don't have good credit. They probably have an eviction in their history.
Right.
So the barriers to get into housing are even higher, right? You can get somebody on a voucher, pay for that, but the vouchers are on, in some places, year-long wait list, maybe multiple years. Yeah, I mean, in some of these vouchers, like they have a limit. They have a limit on how much they'll help pay for. And when housing costs more than that limit, I mean, what are you supposed to do?
The thing is, it's not going to get better at least in the short, or as far as I can tell, midterm. Like, nobody's going to be building new housing because,
right.
financing it now is going to be incredibly expensive. It's a problem.
Yeah, absolutely. And to the extent that there is housing developments going on in Santa Fe, a common trend that's been happening increasingly in recent years is we've seen this influx of real estate developers, typically companies that are based out of Texas and California, that come in and they basically, they build housing, but, it's more high-end housing, it's more middle income to the upper income housing, because Santa Fe is kind of building itself as being sort of like a culture art mecca of the
Right.
Southwest, so it draws in, a certain crowd from Texas and California that want to live there. And and so that's another problem, is like the gentrification in Santa Fe, compared to when I was younger.
You got to build more housing. There's only one thing. You got to build more housing. You got to build more housing. There's got to be more housing. And if private enterprise won't come in and do it, the federal government, frankly, should. We've got to get back in that business, and in a meaningful way. And I don't see how we address this without it, frankly. But appreciate the call. Thank you for that insight.
Thanks.
Thanks.